Hello friends, welcome back to Dream Room. Before we talk about flowers, I want you to picture something simple. It is a warm June morning. You step outside with your coffee, hoping to enjoy the little space around your home. Maybe it is a narrow walkway, a small patio, a shaded corner beside the fence, a balcony with a few pots, or the view from your bedroom, bathroom, or home office window. You want it to feel peaceful, fresh, and beautiful, but instead, you see work waiting for you. The plants need watering again. The pots look tired. The flower bed feels empty in one place and messy in another. And if you are over 60 or simply tired of heavy yard work, the thought of digging, bending, lifting bags of soil, and replacing flowers every season can take the joy out of gardening. But here is the good news. A beautiful garden does not have to be expensive, complicated, or exhausting. Just like a cozy room inside your home, an outdoor space can be arranged with smart anchors, soft color, natural textures, and plants that quietly do more for you every year. Today, I am going to show you 8 nearly immortal June flowers and foliage plants that come back stronger, multiply over time, and thrive with very little fuss. These are the plants that can soften a patio, brighten a walkway, frame a window view, and make even a small corner feel intentional. So before we begin, subscribe to Dream Room for more simple home, garden, and decor ideas that make everyday spaces warmer, easier, and more beautiful. 1. Hellebores, the winter beauty for shaded corners. Let's begin with a plant that teaches one of the most important lessons in easy garden design. Beauty does not always have to shout. Sometimes, the most powerful plant in your yard is the one quietly glowing in a corner when everything else looks tired and asleep. That plant is the hellebore. If you have a shaded space near your porch, under a small tree, beside a fence, or outside a bedroom or bathroom window, you already know how frustrating those areas can be. Bright summer flowers often struggle there. Many plants stretch, fade, or simply disappear. And for anyone who wants a peaceful garden without constant replacing, that kind of space can feel discouraging. Hellebores change that feeling completely. Their strong evergreen leaves give structure when other plants vanish, and their elegant flowers appear in late winter or early spring, right when the garden needs hope the most. They come in soft whites, pinks, purples, greens, and deep wine shades, often with delicate speckles that look almost hand-painted. From a design point of view, hellebores are perfect for creating a quiet, natural corner. Add leaf mulch, a few old clay pots, a stone border, or a simple wooden bench nearby, and suddenly that forgotten shaded spot feels intentional. It becomes a little woodland room outside your home. They do not ask for much. Give them shade, soil that drains well, and time to settle in. Avoid soggy ground, and they can reward you for years. For viewers who want a garden that feels refined, calm, and low maintenance, hellebores are a beautiful first choice. 2. Hostas, the shade problem solver that multiplies for free. Now let's move to one of the most useful plants for anyone who has a difficult shaded corner. Hostas. If you have ever looked at the space under a tree, along a north-facing wall, beside a fence, or in a narrow side yard and thought, nothing beautiful will ever grow here, hostas may be the answer. They are not the loudest plants in the garden, but they are some of the most dependable. What makes hostas so valuable is their foliage. Their leaves can be deep green, blue-green, golden, cream-edged, or beautifully variegated. Some are small and neat, perfect for edging a walkway. Others grow large and bold, giving a shaded bed the feeling of structure and calm. In a small outdoor space, one large hosta, in a simple clay or stone-colored pot, can soften a patio corner, brighten a balcony, or make the view from a home office window feel more peaceful. For viewers who enjoy decorating with natural, easy materials, hostas look wonderful with leaf mulch, old bricks, wooden edging, smooth stones, or simple terracotta containers. They help a shady area feel designed instead of forgotten. And here is the best part. Hostas multiply. After a few years, one healthy plant can be divided into several smaller plants. That means you can slowly build a whole border without buying new plants every season. One plant becomes 2, then 4, then enough to frame a path or fill a quiet corner. Hostas need moisture while they are getting established, but once they settle in, they are steady and forgiving. They do not run wildly through the garden. They expand with patience and dignity, making them perfect for a calm, low-maintenance outdoor room. 3. Geranium Roseanne, the soft blue carpet for edges and pots. Now let's talk about Geranium Roseanne, one of the easiest choices for anyone who wants long-lasting color without replacing flowers again and again. This is not the tender annual geranium many people think of in summer pots. Geranium Roseanne is a hardy perennial, and that is what makes it so valuable in a low-maintenance garden. Once it settles in, it comes back year after year, spreading softly and covering bare spaces with blue-purple flowers for months. If your garden has awkward edges, empty patches near stepping stones, a plain walkway, or the front of a flower bed that always looks unfinished, this plant can make everything feel softer. It does not stand stiff and formal, it flows. It gently mounds, rambles, and spills, which makes it perfect for small gardens, patio borders, and container edges. For viewers who love cozy home decor, think of Geranium Roseanne as the outdoor version of a soft blanket. Inside the home, a blanket can soften a chair, warm up a bedroom, or make a reading corner feel finished. Outside, this plant does the same thing for soil, stones, bricks, and hard patio lines. It can be used around a mailbox, along a narrow garden path, near a small seating area, or in a pot where the flowers can spill slightly over the side. It gives a cottage garden feeling without needing a complicated cottage garden. Give it consistent water while it establishes, especially in the first few weeks after planting. After that, it becomes much easier to manage. It tolerates sun to partial shade, blooms generously, and helps turn empty edges into something graceful, relaxed, and full of life. 4. Lavender, the fragrant border that makes a small garden feel like a retreat. Now let's step into one of the most beloved plants for a peaceful, low-maintenance outdoor space, lavender. Lavender is special because it does more than simply look pretty. It brings color, fragrance, texture, and a sense of calm. For anyone who wants a small garden, patio, porch, or walkway to feel like a retreat, lavender can change the whole mood of the space. This is the plant you want near the places you already use every day. Plant it beside a sunny path, near the porch steps, around a patio chair, close to a bedroom window, or near the view from your home office. Every time you walk past it, brush against it, or sit nearby, the scent gently rises into the air. That fragrance makes even a simple corner feel cared for and relaxing. From a design point of view, lavender works beautifully with natural materials. Pair it with gravel, terracotta pots, reclaimed brick, or simple wooden edging. These easy materials help the garden feel warm, natural, and finished without making the space look over-decorated. For viewers who are tired of plants that need constant attention, lavender is a wonderful choice. Once established, it prefers full sun, good drainage, and less water rather than more. In fact, too much rich soil or too much moisture can make it weaker. A light trim after blooming helps keep the plant neat and compact. But overall, lavender is not a plant that asks you to fuss over it every day. It is perfect for anyone who wants beauty, scent, and a peaceful feeling without heavy yard work. A small row of lavender can turn a plain sunny strip into a quiet garden retreat. 5. Coneflowers, the pollinator magnet that gets bigger every year. Now let's bring more color, movement, and life into the garden with coneflowers. Coneflowers are some of the most dependable summer perennials for anyone who wants a cheerful garden without constant replanting. They stand tall, bloom through the warm months, and return stronger year after year. If you have a sunny space that feels plain, empty, or a little too quiet, coneflowers can quickly make it feel alive. Their flowers are bright, open, and welcoming. They attract bees, butterflies, and other pollinators, which gives the garden a gentle sense of movement. Even from a kitchen window, patio chair, or garden bench, you can see the space becoming more active and more joyful. From a design point of view, coneflowers work best when planted in groups. One plant can look nice, but 3 or 5 together create the feeling of a living bouquet. They are perfect for the middle or back of a sunny bed, where their upright shape can rise behind lower plants and give the garden structure. Another beautiful detail is what happens after the flowers fade. The seed heads remain standing, adding texture later in the season and offering food for birds. This means the plant continues to serve the garden even after the brightest bloom has passed. For viewers who are tired of buying annual flowers every summer, cone flowers are a practical and beautiful alternative. They prefer sun, handle average soil, and once established, they can tolerate dry spells much better than many delicate flowers. Cone flowers are for anyone who wants color, pollinators, and a garden that feels fuller each year, without turning summer into heavy yard work. 6. Geum Totally Tangerine, the bright spark for small beds. Now let's look at a plant that many gardeners still overlook, even though it can completely change the feeling of a small garden bed. This plant is Geum Totally Tangerine. If your patio corner feels too plain, your walkway looks a little dull, or your raised bed has plenty of green but not enough warmth, this is the kind of flower that can wake everything up. Its orange apricot blooms bring a cheerful glow without becoming too loud or overwhelming. That is why Geum Totally Tangerine is especially useful in smaller spaces. You do not need a huge flower bed to enjoy it. A few plants near a garden chair, beside a short path, or at the edge of a patio can create a soft burst of color that feels welcoming every time you pass by. From a design point of view, this plant works beautifully with softer blues, silvery foliage, natural wood, and simple stone edging. It gives warmth to a quiet garden without making the space feel crowded. Think of it as the little lamp of the summer garden. It may not be the tallest or boldest plant, but it adds a steady glow exactly where the eye needs it. For viewers who want color, but do not want complicated care, Geum Totally Tangerine is a friendly choice. It handles average soil, does not need heavy feeding, and does not ask for staking or constant attention. Planted in June, keep it watered while it settles in, and let it become one of those small details that makes the whole garden feel brighter, warmer, and more alive. 7. Russian Sage, the airy screen for height, movement, and heat. Now let's move to a plant that brings height, softness, and movement into a sunny garden without making the space feel heavy. This plant is Russian Sage. If you have a hot, dry area near a fence, driveway, patio, or the back of a flower bed, Russian Sage can be one of the most useful choices. Its silvery foliage and soft lavender blue flowers create a light, airy effect that looks beautiful in summer heat. From a design point of view, Russian Sage is valuable because it gives the garden structure without creating a wall. Some plants feel dense and solid, but Russian Sage feels open and breezy. It can stand behind lower flowers, soften a plain fence, or create a gentle screen around a small seating area. For viewers who want a little more privacy on a patio or in a small backyard, this plant can help filter the view without closing the space in. Think of it like sheer curtains for the garden. It gives shape and softness, but still lets light and air pass through. Russian Sage is also helpful when a garden feels too flat. Many small spaces have low pots, short flowers, and ground-level plants, but no vertical movement. Adding Russian Sage gives the eye somewhere to travel, making the whole area feel more designed. It prefers full sun, lean soil, and good drainage. Once established, it handles dry conditions with very little help. In fact, rich, wet soil can make it weaker. For anyone who wants a graceful, low-maintenance plant that brings height, texture, and calm movement, Russian Sage is a wonderful choice. 8. Arkansas Blue Star, the seasonal color changer for year-round interest. Now let's finish our list with a plant that many people still do not know, but once they see what it can do, they understand why it belongs in a thoughtful, low-maintenance garden. This plant is Arkansas Blue Star. What makes Arkansas Blue Star special is that it does not give you only one moment of beauty. It changes with the seasons. In spring and early summer, it produces delicate blue flowers with a soft, natural feeling. The blooms are not loud or dramatic, but they are graceful, gentle, and very easy to enjoy up close. After the flowers fade, the plant still has value. Its fine, airy foliage gives the garden texture and softness. It pairs beautifully with broader leaves, upright flowers, and natural mulch. Then, later in the season, the foliage turns golden, bringing warmth to the garden without needing new plants, new pots, or extra decoration. From a design point of view, Arkansas Blue Star is perfect for mixed borders, sunny or partly shaded corners, garden paths, and spaces where you want the planting to feel calm and connected. It works well beside coneflowers, lavender, hostas, and other easy perennials because it helps the whole garden feel more layered. For viewers who enjoy decorating their home through the seasons, this plant offers that same feeling outside. It is like changing a pillow, a curtain, or a small vase indoors, except the plant does the changing for you. Arkansas Blue Star is not the flashiest plant in the first week, but it becomes more valuable with time. Once established, it is steady, graceful, and dependable. Exactly the kind of plant that makes a garden feel designed, not random. Conclusion. So if your garden has started to feel more like a responsibility than a place of peace, I hope this gives you a different way to look at it. You do not have to fill every empty space at once. You do not have to lift heavy bags, replace tired flowers every few weeks, or chase a perfect yard that only looks good for one season. A beautiful garden can begin with one smart plant in the right place. Hellebores can bring quiet beauty to the shaded months. Hostas can turn a dark corner into something calm and elegant. Geranium roseanne can soften edges and spill gently around pots and paths. Lavender can bring fragrance to a sunny walkway or patio. Coneflowers can invite butterflies and color back into the yard. Geum totally tangerine can brighten a small bed with warmth. Russian sage can add height, movement, and a soft screen. And Arkansas Blue Star can give your garden a graceful change from spring into fall. Together, these plants are not just flowers. They are a simpler way to decorate the space around your home. They help a small patio feel welcoming, a window view feel peaceful, a walkway feel cared for, and a tired garden bed feel alive again. Whether you are working with a full backyard, a narrow side yard, a tiny patio, or just one quiet corner outside your bedroom or home office, start small. Choose the problem area that bothers you most, and let one dependable plant begin the transformation. Your garden does not need to be perfect. It only needs to support the life you are actually living. If this video helped you, subscribe to Dream Room for more simple home, garden, and decor ideas that make everyday spaces easier, warmer, and more beautiful.